Hey guys, hello from Hiawassee. Hiawassee is North Georgia up in the Appalachian Mountains. We're about 15 minutes from the border of North Carolina. And I'm going to show you the view here in just a few minutes. But I was listening to a podcast this morning and had to jump on here and share with you guys something that was totally mind-blowing to me and is actually something I've been dealing with for, literally years, and that is fear of public speaking. And so it was really, this is like a process that I've been going through for so long. A good 15, 18 years now. And I want to share with you something that was a total aha moment for me when I heard this podcast. So it was all about, how to get over your fear and what even creates fear, right? So you guys let me know when you hop on. I'm really excited to share this with you because for me it was like totally mind-blowing. And yeah, I'm gonna share this view with you here in just a second because it is so pretty. It's such a difference of living in a beautiful space like this versus hearing traffic and road noise. I'm telling you, it's been pretty amazing waking up and all you hear is birds. Like if I'm really quiet, you can hear crickets right now. At night, all you can hear is frogs, like geese or something. I don't know. Something is honking at night, and it's really fun. Anyway, so I'm a city girl getting used to living out in the country, and this life is pretty cool. So what I wanted to share with you guys for a few minutes is fear, right? So, and many of you guys know I was invited to speak at Eric Worre's and Marina Worre. They do an event every year for women in network marketing called the Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing event in Las Vegas, and I was asked to be on the panel to speak. Thank God it was a panel, because if I was asked to be up on stage by myself, I probably would have thrown up. So baby steps, right? Baby steps. But it goes back to I used to do home parties, right? So I would, when I was in my early 20s, I started out in the direct sales space. This was before social media and before network marketing really came into mainstream. And I used to do kitchen cooking parties in people's living rooms. And so, I thought I worked from home. I was never home. I was very successful in it. I did like 10 to 15 parties a month. Did very, very well, but I will tell you, it was not always like that. And I remember my very first party that I did. It was for my mother-in-law. And so that in itself was pretty terrifying, right? No pressure, but it was for her and all of her friends. And I was in my early 20s, and I have two things that are my not strong points. One of them is speaking, right? Like I'm afraid of speaking in public. And the other was cooking. So, we're good at a lot of things in life, right? And so I'm pretty good at a lot of things. And if I just kind of figure if I was also good at cooking, that would be like unfair to the rest of the world. Right? So there you are. But I did this whole business. I signed up to do this whole business back then where I was going to cook and talk at the same time. And so, of course, when you first start your business, you're reaching out to like your warm market, right? The people who are going to support you, the people who are going to love you even when you are terrible. And it was just practice, right? So my very first party that I did was for my mother-in-law and all of her church friends, and it was awful. Y'all know me, I'm a very type A person, and so I had like note cards to remind myself to like say hi and introduce myself, to say my name, and like welcome people to the party, and like I had note cards for everything. And it wasn't like, looking back, it was not that hard. You follow a recipe, you follow a quick demonstration, and then you cook something, and then people shop. But I seriously worked myself up into a freaking tizzy. Thank you. I like my hat too. I worked myself up into a tizzy, right? For like weeks, months before this first party. I mean, I thought of everything that could go wrong. I thought of every reason why I should back out. I thought of everything that could, like, right? We do that. And so what I did back then, I mean, I was like 22, right? This is before like personal development. This is before seminars and podcasts and all this stuff that's out there that I had not discovered yet to help you. And so I remember I was like 22 and I looked at all these women in the living room and I had like all my stuff and I had all my cue cards and I just looked at them and then I said, you know what? Like, I'm scared to death right now. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, two of the biggest things that I'm bad at in my life are public speaking and cooking. And here I am in front of all of you guys and I'm trying to do both at the same time. Can we just like shop? Because I like this stuff. And I know a little bit about this stuff, at least enough to like help a few girlfriends shop. Can we just do that and just make this really casual? Would y'all mind? Y'all, they loved it. It was like $1,000 party. I sold a ton of stuff. I got a ton of bookings and that really launched my whole career, honestly. And I had, at the time, I had a 2.5-year-old and a 6-month-old. And that was really the launch of it, right? That was still back when I was doing home parties and it carried me so far. So now I look back and here I am, I turned 40 and, I look back and it's like I'm going through, like when I was at the Eric Worre seminar, when they asked me to speak, I literally emailed Marina Worre and said, oh, no, it's not me that you want my friend Elise. She's an amazing speaker. This is like her thing. She wants to speak, like, right? I was trying to get out of it because my mind was putting me through all the terrible things. What if you trip and fall on stage? What if you vomit? What if your mic isn't on? What if somebody makes fun of you? What if you get booed? Like, I was literally thinking of all those things and all the reasons why I shouldn't do it, right? So this morning when I was listening to this podcast, it was totally mind-blowing. It was literally one of those moments where I sat there and I was like, oh, that's it. That's everything. So I wanted to share this with you because I'm assuming that I'm not the only one who deals with fear. I'm not the only one who's like hesitating and talking myself out of something that I know I should be doing. Hello, like this live video. I mean, I don't have makeup on. I didn't do my hair. I'm in a hoodie. I put on a hat because my hair is awful. Like, I don't have all the stuff, right? So I was talking myself out of it. And I was like, that is exactly what this podcast was talking about. So I decided I'm going to go live and I'm going to teach you what I just learned this morning, right? Because I always think, okay, well, if I want to do a live video, like I have to have something to talk about. So I'm going to share with you guys how to overcome fear, right? This is going to be pretty good. I'd love to know where you guys are. I am in Hiawassee, Georgia. And before I get into this, I'm going to turn the camera around. Y'all have to see this. Like, it's just so pretty. Here, I'm going to turn this around so y'all can see. Hang on. Get this right here. Oh yeah, here we go. This is my backyard, y'all. So pretty. This is we have our little rocking chair on our deck. I don't know if y'all can hear because the air conditioner just started running, but it's on the Hiawassee River. This is our river here. It's pretty fun. Like in the mornings, there's a little duck family that like hangs out right there, and they go see their babies like right there to the left of the dock, where that tree stump is. All of their little babies are in there, and mommy and daddy duck sit out on the dock and sunbathe. And then right here, I just saw them right before I clicked go live. See that like dirt spot right there in the yard? That is like a gopher. I don't know, some of y'all that are familiar with country life can probably tell me what that is. But it's like a gopher, or I don't know, a wombat or something. I don't know what it is, but he's really cute and he's furry, and I don't want him to go away because he's the cutest thing ever. And right before I hit live, he ran off because he heard me coming out here. Oh, thank you. Hey guys, yes, Jenny, we're in Georgia. We actually, I'll share a little bit and then I'll get into this whole fear kicking thing, right? So we were watching a show a few months ago called House Hunters, and they were doing like this series on log cabin living. And you know, here we were in North Dallas, and we were living in a loft, just like a luxury apartment. And you know, it was like we had traffic noise, and the kids were still in school. Mason was wrapping up his associate's degree at the community college. McKenna was still in high school, and we were watching this show on log cabins and just lifestyle, like along the Appalachian Trail. And they started doing all these things where they were showing these homes and stuff, and the prices, and all the things to do, and like how beautiful. And Jeremy and I, is that a bee? Jeremy and I looked at each other. We were like, we could get all that for that. So he looked on Zillow, and he was looking on Zillow, looked at like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, God bless him, of houses on Zillow, and we found this one through Zillow. And we just, a few days later, we got in the car and we drove 14 hours from Dallas to Hiawassee, Georgia, to come look at it in real life. We loved it in real life. We had a realtor show us around, and we loved it in real life, and we drove home and we put in an offer. Why not, right? I mean, we both, you know, I retired Jeremy from corporate America last April, and I can work anywhere that there's Wi-Fi, right? So we kind of figured the kids aren't going to be in school anymore. I mean, why not, right? So that kind of goes along with our theme here of what I want to talk to you guys about fear, right? So it's like, why do we talk ourselves out of things? And it's, you know, for me personally, and you guys comment if this resonates with you, because I tend to fall into that thing of, oh, well, when I lose all this weight, then I'll get on Facebook Live, or then I'll be a speaker, right? And I'll get up on stage. Or, you know, sometimes, you know, the timing will be better. Maybe when the kids are back in school. Maybe, you know, when I'm making the kind of money that I want to be making, then I'll do XYZ or whatever, right? And it's one of those things that the podcast, what she explained, and it was Mel Robbins, what she explained is like, your mind is designed, literally your mind is designed to protect you from harm. I mean, when you really break it down, that's, your mind is protecting you, and it's designed to stop you from doing something that can either put you in physical harm or emotional harm, right? So when we think of harm, we're thinking of like, your mind tells you, okay, don't get close to that edge of the cliff because, hello, you might fall, right? But I think it goes deeper than that. You know, we have we have pride. You know, we have all of these things that your mind is designed to stop you from doing stuff that's difficult, from doing stuff that's scary, from stuff that is creating fear within you. You know, the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, right? And so your mind is designed to stop you from doing that literally at all costs. And it's pretty crazy because that same design that's designed to keep you alive is potentially keeping you from living your life, right? And like in a split second, your mind goes from being super excited about doing this new thing, or going to this new place, or growing your business, or doing something amazing, right? To, in a split second, it's going to create all the reasons why you shouldn't. All the reasons, all the bad things that could happen, all of the terrible things, you know, that could potentially happen to you, which are usually irrational. Okay? And it's one of those things like, you know, this morning, did you hesitate to brush your teeth? Like, hopefully not. Did you hesitate to put on your pants? No. I didn't hesitate to wear this cute hat, right? I love it. I knew other people would like it. I knew nobody's going to say it's an ugly hat. Like, it wasn't a hesitation, right? So when you hesitate due to fear, your mind, in a split second, your mind goes, oh, she's hesitating. This must be really bad. Like, this must be a really, really bad thing. So we need to convince her that this is a terrible idea. Terrible, terrible idea. Okay? This is what your mind does. And it's fascinating to me because, I mean, I was sitting here for like 10 minutes holding my phone, thinking of all the reasons why I shouldn't go on Facebook Live and share this message with you. It was the dumbest thing. I mean, like, oh, you don't have your makeup on. What if somebody rings the doorbell? I've got a call this afternoon. Maybe I should be prepared for that. All this stuff, right? So It's so weird. And so my message and what I got from it is, you know, if I had hesitated to stand up in that living room when I was scared to death and just be real and be myself, and like, I'm scared, I don't have all the right words, I don't have this magic, I'm not a salesy person, all of that kind of stuff. You know, if you're hesitating to make that call, if you're hesitating to be the one who says sorry first, even if you're right, even if you're the one who's right and the other person sucked and they did something terrible, if you're hesitating to be the first one to say, you know what, I'm sorry, can we move past this? If you're the one who's hesitating to initiate time with your spouse, because what if they say no? What if they reject you, right? If you're the first one to say sorry, if you're hesitating to stand up for what's right, if you're hesitating to place the order, to make the call, to start your business, to reach out to somebody on your chicken list, right? To follow up, to make the sale. If you're hesitating for any reason, just remember, it's your mind that's tricking you. It's your mind that is literally trying to protect you from things that are probably not going to happen. It's just because the longer you hesitate, the more your mind is going to convince you that is probably not the right thing to do. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, because for me, it was like life-changing, mind-blowing, and so I just think if you want, you know, a better business, if you want stronger relationships, if you want a happier marriage, you've got to get over the fear. You've got to just do it, even if you do it ugly, even if you do it when you're afraid. It's better to just do it. And like, live videos for me are one of them. Standing up and speaking in front of others, let alone like 7,000 people, that was a huge one for me. I just encourage you guys to do it. Share this video, click the share button if you found this helpful. I would love to hear from you too if you have been hesitating about something, anything, life, friendships, relationships, business, and when you kick that fear in the face and you do it anyway, like, take a deep breath, count down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what Mel Robbins said on that podcast, and do it. It's pretty amazing to see what happens. So anyway, I'm going to flip this camera around so you guys can see. Again, my name is Laura Wells. I am from Hiawassee, Georgia. I'm now officially a Georgia Peach. If you guys found this helpful or inspirational, hit the share button. I'd love to see your comments below, and I'm going to close it out by showing you this view. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. Hey, let me give you this view here. It's so pretty. Over this way is mountains too. Hang on. This is what I see every morning. This is like actually the view that I see every morning, and I get to see this mountain every morning when we drink our shake. That's what I see. Thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me that you guys joined in. Thank you guys, and I will see you hopefully on another live if I can talk myself into it. Bye everyone.